Is it that time already? Time for time to go? Time for time to become not just time, but become the future? You see, folks, in the future, there will be all sorts of things happening. A lot of the things will be similar to the things that are happening now. But some of the things won't be like what are happening now because what's happening now is happening now. What happens today, but not tomorrow. But the real question is, when is tomorrow? Because tomorrow, when we're talking about light bulbs, have you ever screwed in a light bulb and had difficulty with that? For a long time in my life, I really struggled to put in light bulbs. I mean, people used to tell the joke, how many ragreynolds does it take to screw in a light bulb? And the answer was usually, well, it doesn't matter how many you've got because it's just never gonna fucking happen. Basically, light bulbs were my weakness. It was like, that was what I was weak to. Every time I tried to put in a light bulb, it would smash in my hand. I was just heavy-handed, I guess. I would try and screw the thing in, and nope, just shatter. Or try and take it out, shatter. Right, to my defense, we're talking about bayonet light bulbs. The screw-in ones, those ones are easy. I could do the screw-in ones. But unfortunately, in my bedroom at home, all the places I went, it was always stupid bayonet things. And I just couldn't do them. The way I would squeeze it in, it would turn and it would just shatter. Much like a lot of people's hopes and dreams. Much like a lot of these dumb Australian kids when I tell them that their country's fake. Like when I tell people Canada's fake. Or that Belgium's fake. Or that the Netherlands isn't real, it's just a factory for making clogs. I say all these things, and that shatters people's hopes and dreams. That just brings me right back to shattering that light bulb. In fact, you might even say that's what led me to making these videos today, was the fact that I used to shatter those light bulbs, and I was so used to shattering things that I thought it was my turn to shatter someone else's things for a change. And that just so happens to be other people's hopes and dreams and lives and realities by feeding them truths. Truths that they are not maybe ready to accept. I really don't like storms. Does anyone like storms? I mean, okay, sometimes they're maybe pretty to look at on a camera. But no one likes to be in a storm. There's danger, there's annoying noise. It's hard to sleep because it's noisy outside. Oh, maybe it's a bit windy or there's lots of rain. I don't like rain either. I don't like many things, if I'm being honest. I like food. I like wine. I like my jacket I'm wearing. But I don't like many things. I don't like most people either. I'm not even a big fan of soup. That may be like a controversial thing to say. But, like, what's so good about soup? Oh, it's a bowl with liquid in it. Liquid. I much prefer solids. Sometimes I even prefer gases, depending on what the gas is. Like, obviously not like a fart. Unless when it's your own fart, I guess everyone likes their own brand. But I prefer gases oftentimes. I mean, you could say gas is any smell that comes from food. I mean, when you smell like fresh bread, there is nothing better than fresh baked bread. When you walk into like a supermarket or a baker's and they've had like fresh bread bacon in there, that is heaven. That is my idea of heaven. Like, if I knew that heaven would just be that experience forever until the end of time, I would take a gun and shoot myself right now. Thinking, obviously I'm going to heaven, okay? Obviously. I'm a great guy. If I thought that was what was going to happen, I would, bye world, goodbye. Because that would be the perfect existence. Anything less than that, not worth it. I was on Photoshop the other day. And I'm sitting there. I'm doing my Photoshop. Making my Photoshops. Doing my images. And I saw a cat. That's right, a cat. And he wasn't wearing a hat. In fact, he was wearing a balaclava. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, why is this cat wearing a balaclava? That's a very strange thing. I did not Photoshop this into this image. I don't know where this cat with the balaclava came from. It turned out I had accidentally downloaded a file. A cat burglar file. And so this cat burglar was on my computer, sneaking around, going from window to window, hopping around, trying to steal all the information about me it could get. To try and get my bank details, to try and get my data, my personal belongings. This little cat burglar crawling around, smart enough to put a balaclava on so I wouldn't see its face. I couldn't pick it out in a lineup. I was impressed. I've never seen that before. And I just wanted to mention that because I don't know if you guys have seen that, but if you've not, I really suggest you strongly watch out for it, because that was a really strange experience. And I didn't know that these hackers and that these like cat burglars, I didn't know they had this technology where they could like jump inside computers and like transport around. This is like Willy Wonka. This is like Mike TV getting stuck in the TV. That's the level we're at here, folks, and I didn't know we were there. Who's hiding this technology? I want this for myself. Can you imagine what I could do with that technology? Can you imagine the lives I could ruin? The people I could bully? The things I could do with that technology? I think that would be bloody wonderful. But yeah, this little cat burglar's going, and I'm thinking, why is it a cat? Why is a cat burglar always a cat? Why does it have to be a cat? Is this because I went and saw the new Batman movie? Is this related there? Did they follow me home? Did they search me up on a register or something? Am I registered for being like on some terrorist watch list or something? Like people think I'm about to go blow up Australia or something? Like is that what these people think? I don't know. I don't know how they found me, but they did. I've been considering recently. I'm considering taking up a new profession. I'm considering becoming a beekeeper. I think that I am in a very unique position with my skills and expertise and the knowledge I have in my head. And I think I could be a wonderful beekeeper. I think I would put all beekeepers to shame that came before me. I think I would bring a new era into beekeeping. And I would start off by something I've mentioned before. My nose is starting to run. Foghorn. Okay. I think I would bring a new era into beekeeping. And as I said before, I was saying I would get sun cream. And I want to put sun cream on all of my bees. And I guarantee you my bees are going to live longer than anyone else's bees. My bees will be the best bees. They will outlive every other bee. They will work harder than every other bee. They will become super intelligent because the sun won't be a detriment to them. That's my plan. That's my plan to do my part for civilization going forwards. I will single-handedly save the bees in that way. And yes, I know, Sun Cream for Bees. It's also the title of the novel I'm working on at the moment, which will eventually release, even though it has been a while since I last spoke about it. Do you know when you take a book, right? You take a book and you take a page. That's not real paper. Is it? Like, no way. They actually... Forget it.